Together unscripted, baby, that's our way. In a life that's messy, we love and laugh each day.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Together Unscripted, Love, Laughs, and Leftovers. My name is Dan, this is my beautiful wife Jen. Today we're going to be chatting about legendary alphas. The website is legendaryalphas.com. The reason I chose to talk about it today is just because in today's environment, in today's culture, masculinity is something that I think has gone awry, the opinion of it. So
very much so.
So Legendary Alphas is a masculinity advocacy group, I guess you would call, and started a TikTok right before the ban was supposed to happen. Just wanted to see what it was and how to use it, and ended up within a month, almost 3,000 people came on board to start paying attention to what I was putting out there. And all I'm really doing is putting out a daily message and chatting about masculinity, and men helping men movement is a big thing on TikTok right now, and people are finding my page because of that. And I wouldn't call the growth explosive. I mean, yes, 3,000 people in a month isn't too bad, but it's I think it's catching men's attention because guys are realizing that what they were taught masculinity was as a kid and what they're being told masculinity is now versus
two totally
what they're seeing, what kids are being taught masculinity is, what the old stereotypes and things like that. I think it's important to have masculinity advocacy in today's society just because there's so many men out there that are completely disillusioned because they did everything they were trained to do from the time they were little. The men take care of the family, take care of the house, discipline the kids, do all these things, and they get there and then they realize that they're not appreciated. They're told they're not doing enough. They need to work less but make more money. They need to be home more. They need to do all these things, and it feels like an impossible situation. So that's
just cycle, really.
It really is. So that's why I really thought that. I mean, I've been saying this for years that men they're just finally getting sick of getting crapped on. And I'm not saying it's one kind of person or anything else. It's just it's something that
I think it's something that's almost unfortunately evolved over time.
I think it did. I think for a few generations now, men have been taught what they should be doing and how they should be treating women, not what to expect from women. And women have been taught what should they expect from men, but not how they should treat men.
Correct.
So years and years and years and a few decades of this go by, and there's this unbelievable divide that the communication's not right, people are confused, and I mean, you see all the statistics, divorce rate is up, the marriage, the average age of a first marriage is 10 or 15 years higher now than it was a few decades ago, and it's just, things are not working the way they were. But, so looking into how culture, the digital age, social media, I think social media makes it worse.
It does.
Quite honestly, because
completely agree with that.
Because you got somebody who's slightly negative, but in a funny way, and just crap all over men, and that post takes off, and now everybody's laughing at guys, and it's just unreal.
That, and social media also allows people to be keyboard bullies. What somebody would not have the nerve to say to somebody else, regardless of their role, if it's a male or female, but really, especially in this case, it gives them almost like this permission to just blast people with no real ground and no reason behind it either, just because they've got a hair across their ass.
Yeah, I mean, to me, healthy masculinity still is take care of the family. It's still strive to be your best at whatever you're doing. It's bring the kids up that way. It's teaching kids that they got to figure things out on their own. You can't coddle them forever.
No.
And do all these things, but then you get, like you said, the negative message, and it just goes crazy. But then we get all these messages that you see online now. Men are useless. We don't need men. Men are useless. And then you see all these unbelievably bad podcasts where it's a group of men and they bring the women in to question them, and then it turns into an insult fest, and then vice versa. So to me, that's just, it doesn't help anything. It doesn't prove anything. It just shows.
You're just adding fuel to the fire at
It
that
doesn't.
point.
It's awful. But to see, I can't stand this. I'm not even going to mention her name, but a concert with a real popular female singer in front of 100,000 people, while also being televised, chanting with the crowd, "Fuck the patriarchy." Fuck the patriarchy. The patriarchy built the stadium. The men built the stadium you're in, because 99% of the people that built that stadium are men, if not 100. Your roadies are all men. The people who drive you everywhere are all men. The people who built your bus are men. The people who actually probably made your guitar is a man. And you're screaming, and all these little teeny boppers are there.
Correct.
And probably got the ticket from their dad, and you're screaming fucking patriarchy.
And you're crapping all over it.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, what the hell kind of message is that? Fucking,
no.
It just makes no sense. So, I mean, when I break it down, to me, I mean, the reason I called the advocacy group Legendary Alpha is, to me, a legendary alpha is a guy who lives his life as an adventurer, fights his own battles, protects his family, and serves his environment, serves his community. So those four things, when you live your life that way, front of mind, you are that guy. You're the guy that everybody looks up to. Your friends know they can rely on you.
You become that go-to person.
You're the 3 a.m. guy that they can call.
Right, your 3 a.m. friend. But if a community has a need, they know that they can turn to you for help, maybe just coordinating something, not always financially, but just your community knows that if they turn to you for help, you're gonna help.
Yeah,
and
to being
that's
the go-to guy.
That's one of the pillars that you teach.
Exactly, and it's I've talked to so many guys, and they're like, "Well, nobody did that for me."
Right.
Well,
yes, I know.
I get it. My dad died when I was 19, so nobody did it for me for years. I get it, but at the same time, if I'm not going to go out of my way for anybody, I'm not going to be that friend that I can help somebody out. Again, doesn't mean financially, just means you can be that guy to call, bounce an idea off of, holy crap, I screwed up, or hey dude, I'm painting my house this weekend and 3 guys who were supposed to do it, nobody's showing up, can you come help out? That kind of stuff. You're that go-to guy.
Yeah.
And when you become that go-to guy for other people, they do it for you. But it's just being able to teach our boys that you have to be protective of yourself without being a complete dick.
Correct. You have to set boundaries. We all need boundaries.
Right.
Women, we need boundaries with ourselves, with others, with all of the other things that, we do. I mean, it's typically moms that are volunteering within the schools and the PTOs and all of that, but you have to set boundaries in your personal life and your professional life, and men need to do that too. I feel like sometimes, men, and I think we talked about in a previous episode, like if you're dealing with some sort of adversity, like you're expected to just suck it up and deal with it and trudge through it. But you need to be able to set that boundary and know that you can be that go-to guy, but you also have a partner that you can lean on to, to shoot ideas off of, or
you want to be that 3 a.m. friend, but you don't want to get walked on. So
correct.
There's a fine line between being the people pleaser that does everything for everybody and gets taken advantage of, or the guy that's respected and is a 3 a.m. friend. So there's that fine line. And I think one of the misconceptions of masculinity now is you have to be a nice guy. No, you don't. I don't need you to like me. I need you to respect me. There's a difference. I'm that way at work. I'm that way anywhere. I'm that way in our family. Like, no, I don't need you to. You're going to respect me. I'm going to respect you, and we're going to deal with it that way. But if the thing for you to respect me is that you got to walk all over me because you need me to be your servant, I'm not interested. Take care. There's a few folks that I've already had this conversation with, and it's just, when I see you, I'll be cordial. That's it. That's all I got for you.
That is it. Nope.
Well, I mean, when it comes to Legendary Alphas and the movement and everything, I think the primary audience is guys raising a family.
I would agree.
The young men before they have a family and everything else, they got tons of time to learn, but the guys who need to be advocated for are in the thick of it. They're the ones working 60 hours a week, taking their kids to hockey, violin, basketball, chorus, doing all these things, and then at the end of the day, they got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. They don't get home from the last practice till 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and then they get bitched at that they didn't vacuum. I've been gone for 18 hours. What the hell am I supposed to do? Like, okay, I understand you're overwhelmed and you need help around the house, but at the same time, I left at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm just getting home. It's 9:30 at night. What was I supposed to do? At what point? Like, I don't understand. So I think that's why the movement is striking a chord, because guys are finally waking up to, wait a minute, I need to be respected too.
Correct.
It goes in two directions.
Yeah,
so.
you've gotten a lot of comments and responses on really actually quite a few of your videos, not just like one or two, but just the overall message, and and it's just all positive comments.
Yeah, I've had people reach out, spoke to a few of them already. Made a couple friends that we go back and forth now. Had one gentleman, I showed you the message, he reached out and he's like, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
you're the exact kind of guy that saved my life a year ago.
Yep.
What you're doing is needed. God bless you, love you. And if you're watching or listening, Joe, thank you so much. That message blew me away. I almost broke down. I was like, holy crap. Like, I'm just posting these videos to try to help guys out, and I didn't realize that somebody had that much of a of a big
this whole
big effect.
Legendary Alphas came about because of your own experience and your own pain in that rut. And so you were there. There's other guys there, all over the place. I mean, you're getting traction from. It's not just here. It's all over.
It's not one kind of guy. It's not just blue collar guys. It's not just white collar guys.
No.
It's from every walk of life, every race. Both sides of the political spectrum. Guys just feel it. They're living it, and to feel unappreciated when you feel like you're killing yourself or not respected. Guys, that's the one thing we want is you got, above all, respect me above all. If you're not going to respect me, then the hell am I doing? Like, it's just a waste of my time. I've been in relationships like that. You're not going to respect me, like, sayonara, like, good luck to you. Like, I told you what I need, you're refusing to do it, I'm cutting it here, I still love you, I'm just not in love with you. Goodbye, good luck, I don't wish you any ill will, but I'm done. So I think the Legendary Alphas and the Men Helping Men movement is actually starting to reshape modern ideas of strength and leadership, just because guys are seeing other guys doing it. There's other guys talking about it. Because before it was one of those, well, I'm not going to talk about this in public. I'm going to sound like an idiot.
No, because they're going to get lambasted.
You're going to get.
They were afraid to get.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, because some of the comments I do get are negative.
True.
I've got some negative ones too.
You've had a few people.
So I understand.
You've had a few crazies. I'll just say.
I've
reach out to you privately. And
I think.
You're off the rock, right?
99% of it is positive. Guys are seeing it. Guys are happy they're seeing it. They're starting to listen. They're starting to stick up for themselves. Fantastic. I love it. Keep going. But then you get every once in a while, I had somebody on LinkedIn, which is supposed to be a professional
platform.
It's a professional website. And yeah, of course I have my page for Legendary. And it actually says Legendary Alphas Masculinity Advocate. Okay. That's all it says. I had somebody reach out to me, a young lady, didn't act like a lady, but she came at me and says, are you fucking serious with this alpha bullshit? Am I fucking serious? My answer was, I'm 100% serious about it. The fact that you had no qualms reaching out to me to insult me shows me exactly why this is necessary, and I sent it off. And then she blasted me again, and I just blocked her at that point. Like,
no, you can't get into it like I said before. It's keyboard bullies.
I mean, I could have very easily said, "Are you serious about that hairdo? Are you serious about your crooked teeth? Are you serious about your cross-eye? Are you serious about that outfit? Are you serious about that color hair?" I could have said 100 things to insult her, but I was just like, "No, I'm 100% serious," and you just proved why I am, because I did nothing. I don't know you. I didn't request you.
Nope.
I didn't comment on anything. And you had no problem reaching out to insult me. Well, kiss my ass.
No, absolutely.
I'm not putting up with it. Absolutely not.
No. And, it's somebody, if you don't like it, just keep scrolling. Obviously, the message isn't meant for you. There's plenty of messages, plenty of things, topics, whatnot, out on social media, regardless of the platform, that we don't agree with.
Yeah, there's plenty of people out there with purple hair that you can listen to. Like, good luck to you.
Right. But why am I gonna take my energy away from a more productive task or honestly anything, and put it towards somebody like that? Like, you know, and I think too, and like I said before, with the keyboard bullies and social media, people have no problem sitting behind their keyboard or sitting behind their phone and just blasting and being such a negative Nelly to anybody and everyone just because they're a miserable person.
But imagine if I did the reverse.
Oh,
if I reached out to her and said, "Are you serious with this feminist bullshit?"
No.
Holy crap, she would have screenshotted it. Yep. She'd have screenshotted it. She'd have blasted me on the LinkedIn. She'd have complained. They'd have kicked me off the platform.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you probably would have been like, I don't know, like on national news.
Oh, I would have been.
But it is, and that's
Dan
not...
LaVoy and LinkedIn.
That's not fair, you know. If you're going to be a jerk to everyone. I don't know. Or just don't be a jerk.
Be consistent.
Just be nice. It's really not that hard. If you don't like something, we don't all have to agree on everything. That's not what makes the world turn. That's not what makes our society as eclectic as it is.
Yeah, but I mean, if what you're upset about is me posting a daily 30 to 40 second video with one tiny tidbit of advice for guys to maybe give them some hope, or to give them a trick to deal with some jerk that they don't like, if that bothers you, holy crap, you got a lot of problems in your life.
You do. You really do. That is like the least of your videos are the least of their concerns. And they need to do a little bit of a deeper dive.
It's a 40-second video. Just ignore it and move on. But what do you think healthy masculinity is now versus like the outdated stereotypes?
Well, I think healthy masculinity is something that is... I think we're moving back towards a healthy masculinity because it's gotten such a bad rap over... I honestly, I feel like decades at this point. But I feel like, you know, like outdated, you know, dads were, or dads, were the aggressors, or the yellers, or the disciplinary, you know, and I mean, I think there's the chauvinist, and, you know, masculinity doesn't need to incorporate any of that.
No.
You know, I love the 4 pillars that, you know, Legendary Alphas is built on. Being there for your family, providing for your family, and providing for your family isn't just financially. It's helping to raise the kids. It's helping run the household. It's helping with the activities. Providing for your family is being a part of your family. Not just some guy that the kids might see for a couple minutes in the morning and a couple minutes at night or on the weekends or whatever. Like, you know, providing for your family, being there.
Teaching the kids that to succeed, to try, to push. Teaching them what failure is. Like, let them fall and get hurt. Let them figure it out. Let them grow. Like, I think that's one of the problems now with helicopter parents. And one of the gentlemen that reached out to me on TikTok was telling me about his almost 30-year-old daughter, has no job, still lives in his house, and he's like, you have to figure out, you have to figure out how to get out of here. She lost her mind. She slapped him across the face. She pushed him on the ground, and when he went to get up, she went to push him again, and he just put his arms up like this, and she bounced off him. And because she bounced and fell, she called the cops, and he went to jail. And he can't even go back into his own house.
That's bananas.
His 27-year-old daughter, who doesn't want to work, shoved him, slapped him, cursed him out, and he went to jail. Even though his wife, his son, and his other daughter all witnessed it, he went to jail.
And nobody backed him up.
No, they did. Cops didn't care.
That's
They still took him away. They were saying, no, she's the aggressor. He had a red mark on his face.
I'm not one for cameras in the house, but if you've got a crazy, get some cameras in your house.
Unbelievable. And that's the kind of crap. That's why I think that's why the movement is starting to pick up, because guys feel hopeless. Like, there's nothing I can do. I'm kicked out of I'm paying the mortgage on a house. I'm not even allowed to go in. I can't even contact my family. And there's nothing I can do about it.
No.
What in the hell? That
no,
makes no sense at all.
And I think people just, you know, look on it as, you know, the man isn't supposed to just provide everything. They need that love and that connection and that they need to be served to, you know, you're
Men want respect and loyalty.
right.
And if all I get out of the relationship, well, that's the thing. I mean,
if you're constantly
I've
just
seen it,
crapped on and you're constantly being expected to just provide everything and there's no give and take.
There's no thing in return. Like what?
Right.
And I think that's a lot of what I think why masculinity is under attack. Also, why guys 25 to 35 aren't even looking for a relationship right now, because they look at it as like, okay, I'm going to get married, have a kid, and then in 5 to 10 years, she gets a hair across her tush, she leaves, she takes half of everything, and she gets paid to take the child, and then I have nothing. And there's nothing I can do about it. And she doesn't need a reason to leave, she just has to want to leave.
Correct.
And the state,
And we've seen
99% of the time, the
plenty of
kids
times.
always go with the mom. That's starting to change a little bit now, because now with the statistics that kids raised in single dad homes versus single mom, the single dad home, the statistics are very similar to a two-parent home, where the single mom home is where all the craziness happens.
Unfortunately,
that's where
it is.
Kids having children out of wedlock, drug issues, being arrested, not graduating high school, living in poverty, and then doing all this stuff. That's where the nasty statistics come from. But at the same time, what's in it for guys? If I'm going to go in there and half of everything is going to disappear, and then I don't even get the kids, I don't even get to see my kids, and what's the point?
Right. They're not going to put the effort in.
If there's no loyalty there, it's just, there's no respect, there's no loyalty, and then it can end at any time, and then I lose everything. That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So.
And it's not fair to, I feel like some women they expect the world and they don't want to have to contribute or do anything, and it's not the majority, but there's definitely a good handful out there. They expect everything and don't want to give anything in return, and that's not fair. That's not fair to you. That's not fair to the kids that are involved. It's not fair to him either. Yeah,
I completely agree.
So, but no, and I think too, when you're in the household, we need to communicate. I embrace the masculinity. I'm a woman. I'm independent. I can do whatever it is that I want to do. But you know what, ladies, if he's willing to take care of you or help you, take the
carry
help.
all the groceries, or unload the car, or go put gas in the truck, or like you went through the airport carrying your own bag, and you're like, oh, I can carry my own bag now. This thing is freaking heavy. It's like, he never says 2 words. My arm's falling off. Like, yeah, enjoy it. Just enjoy it.
But you have to, there's, even touching on before, outdated stereotypes. Both partners have to work in today's day and age. There's really no way around it. Most people, you do need to have 2 incomes coming into the household. But with that, you both have to, communicate and know what the other is expecting from you, in regards to taking care of the kids, household chores, and just everything. You have to communicate. I think that's too a really big detriment to it is people aren't communicating. Couples aren't communicating.
No, they were told this is what you expect in a marriage. Well,
right.
If you didn't, I think too many people want to be married. They want the wedding. They don't want to be the husband. They don't want to be the wife. They want the event. They want to be married. They don't want to be husband and wife. And we've run into that with so many people we know. They're married, and they resent each other, and that's part of the problem. Is she's in her masculine energy because she thinks he doesn't do enough. He resents that she's in her masculine energy. That doesn't. So now they're butting heads on everything. Well, there's an issue there now with the fuck the patriarchy crap. We're teaching girls we're teaching them that masculinity is toxic, but at the very same time, we're teaching them to be more masculine.
Right.
It doesn't make any flipping sense. No. If it's toxic, don't do it.
Right. No, exactly. I teach, it's, you have to find a balance. You have to, and just so much of it comes down to communication, but you know, in the expectations, you have to talk to each other. And I love the movement that you've been doing. And the attention that it's been getting on TikTok is really just amazing.
It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and it's, you know, like you said before, it's, you kind of just went out there and, you know, we weren't big advocates of TikTok before.
Still not.
Still really not. But, you know, in doing what we do and in having, you know, creating some sort of an online presence, you know, pulling TikTok in, I think is becoming a game changer for your message.
I think it's one of the better social media platforms for it, because people are looking for specific things, and you put the right tags and you're going to come across your page and they find you.
Right.
And then eventually enough guys see it, they repost it, and now it just starts to multiply itself. So.
And the engagement that your
messages I'm
videos
getting,
are bringing, you know, it's gonna hopefully spread to even more men, and in a positive message that it is okay to be masculine. It is not toxic. It is okay to want to provide for your family, but also be provided for. And yeah, I'm really hoping it really spreads. I know you're putting together, you know, obviously you've got your one-on-one coaching that you offer, but I know you're also putting together some other like online classes, so that just to help more guys just feel.
I mean, I think that everybody's looking for something. So what frightens me a little bit is the younger generation is they see no masculinity anywhere, so they're desperately looking for it, and they're finding these podcasts where the guys are just these absolute jackasses. They're complete male chauvinists, where some of the things they say I agree with, but some of it's just like, bro, you're so far over the top.
But sometimes it's how they're delivering the message.
Yeah, it's not even just that, but like Andrew Tate, I agree with him on a lot of stuff, but then there's other things you're like, bro, like I'm not treating my wife like that. Like, what the hell are you saying? Like, relax. You know, a guy saying like, the guy is the prize, the woman's not the prize. There is no prize in a freaking relationship. No. It's a mutual respect. You were built for each other. It's not, I'm better than her, she's better than me. It's, we're perfect for each other. You make up there, and you're better off together. You can do more together than you could each do individually added up.
Correct.
So that's the symbiotic relationship that I think a lot of these podcasts and
they're missing.
These masculinity guys on the internet right now are they're going so far over the top that they're actually talking about what would be considered toxic. I mean, masculinity itself is not toxic to me. Like when somebody says, you know, masculinity is toxic, guys are so aggressive. A guy who's aggressive is not being masculine. He's being a coward. That's why he's aggressive. That is not masculinity. It's the opposite. It's the
complete opposite of it.
It's not even it's the absence of it. No, when a guy gets mouthy and again, he's insecure. A guy who's masculine is secure. He doesn't need to get mouthy. It's the opposite. It's not the same thing. So we got to break these bad habits and these cycles. And you know, trying to get these guys, like a gentleman I just spoke to today, talking for about half an hour, and he's like, give me one tip. Like, what's one thing? Right. What's one thing you could say to help me with discipline? Because like he was like, to me, and I think he was dead on with he was telling me his story. His story is dead nuts. He needs more discipline in his life. But the problem is he doesn't think he deserves anything. Yeah. So it was just, I'm not going to use his real name. Let's just call him John. And I just said, John, listen, you have to realize you deserve what you're looking for. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be healthy. You're talking about you can't get a consistent gym routine. It's because you don't think you deserve it. Look in the mirror and say, I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to work out. I deserve to enjoy the gym. I deserve. And I said, don't go to the point where I deserve the world and you become a jerk, but you got to treat yourself like your own friend.
You have to respect yourself. If you want other people to respect you, you have to respect yourself.
Yeah, because that's if you're the type of guy who a friend calls and you're automatically, I can help you out, but then you do nothing for yourself. It's because you don't even value yourself as much as you value your friend. You got to start treating yourself like your own best friend first. Yeah. You do deserve it. That's when I think
that's a really good way to put it.
I think that's one of the things years ago when I looked in the mirror and I saw a heart attack. It scared me, but then I realized I deserve to be healthy. My kids deserve a healthy dad. I deserve to not be in pain. I deserve all these things. And when that all clicked is when I had my absolute panic attack and said, let's find a new way to eat. Let's start working out. And here we are years later, and both healthier, both better off. Not looking our age, I don't think. But it's got to break those bad habits, and you got to, guys. I think that's what a lot of guys, like speaking to John today, I think that's what a lot of guys are missing.
Yeah.
They don't think they deserve it. They've been pounded on and pounded on and pounded on that they think, I'm worthless. No, you're not fucking worthless. You deserve to be happy. You deserve.
Yeah.
You deserve to be healthy. You deserve a nice place to live. You deserve it. Now figure out your action steps to go get it.
Yep.
Because if you don't think you deserve it, you're just going to sit on your couch, you're going to drink and get stoned. You're not going to do shit. You're just going to slowly waste away.
Yeah, respect yourself. Know that you deserve it. Figure out an action plan, and then put the action plan into play.
And that's actually my putting together the online resources. My first masterclass is going to be just about break the cycle, get rid of the bad habits, and being deserving of it is going to bring the discipline, and that's going to daisy chain everything else.
Right.
And that's what I'm putting together now, because I think so many guys need it. I've heard it so many times that's, I'm going to call it that canned speech I had for him. Is it something I made up? Just no. Yes, but no. Yes, but I 100% truly believe it.
Right.
It's not something I made up. Say, oh, let's see if he buys it. No, this is I absolutely.
It's ingrained in you.
Live my life that way.
Yeah.
I teach my kids to live their lives that way. I teach other guys this stuff. It's not something I say just to get a guy off the phone. I was 100% sincere when I told him this. So that's starting to put that cycle together, that masterclass together. But I think I've rambled on long enough today. We're gonna end here, but I invite any listeners to engage with questions. Send us a story, anything that clicked for you today. Just by all means, reach out to us. Let us know if you have any questions. If there's anything that I said that you didn't understand or you want to go deeper with. By all means, I'm happy to have that conversation with you. And
we'll make sure the link for the website is in the information below.
Link for the website and my email address are there. But please let us know if there's anything you need, anything you thought of. If you have a similar story, if you have a friend who's suffering, please let us know. We'll do anything we can to help.
We'd love to hear it and how we can help.
But that is our episode for this week. We thank you so much for listening, and we will see you soon.
Have a great one.